I would love to talk briefly about success. And as you know, everyone desire to be successful, or everyone look out to be successful in life. But through it all, regardless how beautiful or shiny success may seem to be, but we have to understand that success or being successful has different meanings for everyone. Sometimes you may think that you ought to have some large money in the bank, lots of asset, and to you it is success to you, and to another is the joy of his life or her life that make her successful, and to another is depend how he or she perceive life, or the power or the passion or the love or the peace that individual has been carrying. To that individual, if she thinks of, or if he thinks that he is rich, he is rich. So success is not simply a ruby, is not simply money, is not simply having gold. Being successful is all depend of what that person wants to have, all depend of what that person is passionate about. So to that person, he is or she is rich, and there's no lie about it, no explicit, because she knows that she is happy, she is at peace, she is wealthy, she is in good. It's hard. It's all depend of what you want in life, and it doesn't matter if other people cannot perceive it the way you are perceiving it. So, but how many of you know that God, the Creator, to His children, He has created the perfect way for us to be wealthy, especially in the spiritual realm, especially in a spiritual, in a special way. Because, like I said previously, success has different meaning to everyone. So, to God, He says that to Joshua once. If you want to be wealthy, if you want to have the peace of life, the joy of life, whatever it is you kind of want, you know. And to Solomon, to him, it wasn't money at all. Because if money was the very first thing that he wanted to have in his life, he will ask God, please, I desire to have money. I desire to have lots of gold. I desire to have a lot of houses. But to him, success had a different meaning in his life. He said, God, allow me to be smart. Allow me to have knowledge. Allow me to have awareness that I can be a friend to my people, that I can be helpful to my people, that I can help my people, that I can make a big impact on my people's life. And guess what? Solomon was the richest man in life, beyond of his knowledge that he wanted to have first, beyond of his wisdom. He had so much and so much and so much, in which no one can ever count his asset. So success is not mainly about gold and diamonds and assets. At a deeper meaning, success is much more powerful. It's much more profound. Perhaps you probably have lots of money and wish you barely count. I used to say that money that takes time to count. And I found out the bank has some little machine that count the money in a blink of eyes. I didn't know. So perhaps you have, or you know somebody that have lots of money. But when you look at that person's life, you cannot say that, how come you are so miserable? How come you are so, perplexed? How come you live the way you are? Do you really, really, really have that? Of course, he has it. But to him, he needs something else. Something that money cannot buy. Something that money cannot replace. His emptiness is still desire. Is still empty. Is still needed. But let us look at what God says about how to be truly successful in life. It says in Joshua chapter 1 verse 8. He says that if you truly desire to be wealthy, this is what you have to do. Keep on meditating in my words. Keep my commandment near to your heart and obey them. Then you will find success in life. Because the book of law comes with everything that will make you feel successful. When you truly know God, when you truly know His law, when you truly obey His commandment, and you find out that you are happy, you have peace of mind, you are powerful. When you talk strong. When you speak strong. When you walk strong. When you stand strong. When you speak, you gotta speak with confidence, with boldness, with hope, with joy. And people wondering, oh my God, what happened to her? Who is she? Or who is he? Well, this is the same person that you used to know. But when we look at Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 18, it says that remember. When someone say remember, it's a great statement. It's something that you should not forget. He said, Remember, for it is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth due to His covenant. Due to His covenant. So God's covenant comes up with a lot of stuff. It's not a simple thing. It's not something overnight. God's covenant, it's something that rich and creamy and has a profound meaning, or has a profound foundation. So it is God truly that has given us the power to get wealth. If you happen to be wealthy, it has not been coming from God. It doesn't come from God. You're wondering that, are you truly be successful? Because you want to be successful when you can find the true love. When you can be loved. When you can love and to be loved. When you can be at peace. Even in the middle of this storm. See? So, happiness, which is the part of being wealthy, has different meanings. So, we're living in a time, as we can see, so many people have been sacrificed themselves or sacrificed their family just to be wealthy. And by the time for them to get to the pinnacle, they're looking for the family and can find the family. Looking for the loved ones. No wonder where he went, where she went, where they go. You don't know. And sometimes they reach to that pinnacle, though they reach to that pinnacle, which is the summit. And though they reach there, they're still wondering. They're still searching. They still feel empty because they have not been meditated in God's covenant, in God's principles. Today, I do not know how you perceive well. I do not know how wealthy that you are. But I want to know that. What success meant to you. How you perceive it. And another part says that the love of the money is the root of all evil, which is, it isn't. It isn't. It is not. It's depending on how. It's depending on how you love that thing. It's depending on how you perceive it. It's depending on how you hold it. It's depending on how you distribute it. How did you distribute your success? How did you perceive it? How do you consider yourself? How did you consider the one that gives you the ability to be wealthy? So success, to be truly successful, you ought to keep the principles of God, God's principle, near your heart. And not only near your heart, inside your heart. So you can maneuver your life the way God wants it to be. It's not the way you want it to be as a successful person, but the way He wants your life to be navigated. You ought to meditate in God's principle. And if you leave God's principle aside, you put it aside sometime, You meditate on it, and sometimes you don't, or sometimes you don't even care of having it. But God says that you are to meditate in it daily. It's not whenever you wish. It's not when you feel like it, but it's something that you have to do as a routine. It's not simply about reading His word, but His commandments. What He says, what He wants you to do, how He wants you to perform, where He wants you to go. So probably you may think that, oh shoot, I am a big man. I do whatever I please. I go wherever I want to go. I do whatever I want to do because I am a successful person. But a part of being successful, if you're not combined God's plans, God's covenant, God's principles with it, within your success, it seems like you not get it perfectly. You not get it the way He wants you to have it, or the way you should be having it. You know? So being successful means different thing. And to become successful, it's not something that just happen in 24 hours. So to build, it's just like you building an empire. To build an empire takes time and effort and creativity and principles and commitment and process and understanding to build that empire, because it's something that kind of heavy and big. It's a system. So you cannot tell me that you want to be successful in a short period. No, it takes time. If you want to combine whatever it takes to become wealthy, it takes a process. It's a process. So, how do you want to be successful? If you have a desire to be successful, what will you do if you happen to become successful? How you manage that success? Is it to please you, or is it to show that you are powerful or you are a successful person? So to be successful, it takes time to obey or to embrace with the process. It's a process. It's a process. It takes time. The canal of Panama, they just come overnight. It takes, I think, it took 10 years. It took 10 years for that canal to be built. So I don't know where you are tonight. I don't know what you're looking for. But as I said previously, that everyone wants to become successful somehow or another. But it's not impossible. It's not impossible for you to become whatever you want to become in life, as long as you have that desire, that determination, that commitment, that discipline to keep you going, whether you like to go or you don't like to go. You have to have that desire, saying that I am not gonna give up. I am gonna remain in that process until I penetrate. You must have that desire, because you must have that encouragement. You must have that passion, because it is that passion that will keep you going, whether you feel like going or whether you don't feel like going. But that passion will allow you, will give you courage to persist. I do not know how much you want that success or how much you want to become a successful person. First, you have to know what you want to be successful at, where you want to be successful at, what you're going to do about that success for life. For what reason you want to be successful. Because you may happen to be successful and then you do not receive the joy, the style. Have you ever seen some people when they come to an environment and they shake the environment? It's something that within them. So you ought to know what you want in life. So therefore, you will combine these desires with the process. In the process, Julie, you have to have that that commitment, that grip, that dedication to reach there. Know the reason why you want to be successful, and know the basic of being successful. Like I said to somebody, it's depending what make you happy, what you're passionate about, what you want. You may not have lots of money in the bank. You may not have the thing that kind of make people flashing at you saying that, oh, look at her. She's moving well. She's living lavishly, or he's living lavishly compared to what they can see. But it's a certain way. You can be bright like a star, when you comes in. Oh, the ground has been shaken because your presence has been there. Your presence is there. And your presence is not there. It's missing something. So you could be that person without having without having lots of money, and without having and all in all. Because success has different meaning to everyone. What do you want your success to be revealed? Being rich. You got to know, what do you want to produce? What do you want to accumulate? Know how to invest in the thing that you are passionate about. Because, success is some sort of accumulation in which that you have to adding, and nurture that thing every day. Nurture that thing. And if you miss nurture it, if you miss having accumulation, and it will be diminished. Today, if you want to be successful, therefore, God says you have to meditate in His words. You have to meditate in His rules and procedure. You have to meditate in His law. Daniel had great knowledge. Even his enemy found pleasure to deal with Daniel. Therefore, if you want to become rich, you ought to be wise. Wise to know what to do, to know what to say, to know how to get things in order. So you will become wise and you will become wealthy. So be willing to meditate in his word. Be willing to keep his commandment. Be willing to follow his principle. Be willing to know why you want to become successful. Be willing to know what you will be doing with that success. Therefore, you will become a wealthy person. May this video be a blessing to you and your family. If you happen to be blessed by this video, I encourage you to share it to your friends. And next time you will receive my next video. Be blessed by this message.